Good afternoon mga kaibigan, welcome back to the Pro Gaming Series 2014. I am GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
We are about to watch a match between Team IPT versus the MSI EvoGT. So far, tignan mo natin ang ating schedule for the week.
Alright, so yesterday we had the Diamond versus Team Manila Eagles. Now Diamond, of course, is formerly known as CM Storm Diamond. And Manila Eagles taking 2 wins over the Diamond team. And today, of course, first game will have Imperium Pro Team versus MSI EvoGT on the purple side. And then on the second game, swap sides lang naman sila. Alright, so
let's see ang ating standing sa ating Pro Gaming Series Road to the Garena Premier League. So far, Warga still at the top. 5-6. Kanilang games play dito ay almost 6 na mga kaibigan. Imperium 4-4. Diamond still 3 over 6. MSI EvoGT 1-2. Manila Eagles 4-6. And ang team ng Mineski still in the bottom 1-4. And I think medyo hindi pa natin naayos yung ating standing dito, knowing na ang Manila Eagles is supposedly nasa taas na ng MSI EvoGT. And ang Diamond. So far, ngayon, first ang War Gods, second ang Imperium, third ang Manila Eagles, and the next, MSI EvoGT, Diamond, and the Mineski.
alright, so we're about to start our game in just a few minutes now. So of course we have Imperial Pro Team versus MSI. As you saw just a while ago, there's a pointing system. Both of these teams are still at the bottom of the ranking.
Yes.
They definitely need to pick up some wins in this today if they want to catch up with the other teams at the moment.
So far ngayon, Imperium still in the bottom and the MSI EvoGT. And I think Imperium have to do something sa ginagawa nilang performance against the MSI EvoGT. And take note, at this point of time, we're seeing na sa lineup ngayon ng MSI, I mean ng IPT, we have Rebenga, we have Rox still. So, nagpalit ngayon si Rox and then si Rebenga para sa kanilang role dito. Rebenga goes to the top lane, Rox go to the in the jungle.
That's
In the mid
right.
lane, so far we still have Light, Fear sa kanilang AD carry, then Buko Juice or itong si Shadow para sa kanilang support player.
Yes,
For that lineup ng team ng MSI dito,
Yes, of course we have George at the tops, KPZ and the jungler.
Coops, yan, si Coops.
Si Coops,
MSI EvoGT Coops.
si Oni will be in the middle lane, Carl at the bottom, and Edge at the as a support.
So far, napakagandang lineup for team ng MSI EvoGT. This is the first time na makikita natin ngayon na lalaban sila against sa team ng IPT. Let's see, a match between team IPT and the MSI EvoGT. Game time mga kaibigan. Eto na ang sinasabi natin picking phase. So far, wala pang mga bans, and if ever na ngayon ay pabayaan ng team MSI or ng IPT dito na hayaan na makuha nitong mga MSI ang kanilang mga champion picks dito, mukhang mahihirapan sila na lumaban against them. And take note, Issei Miyake or itong si Carl sa side ng MSI EvoGT, he's one of the most effective AD carry na nakilala ko. Layo siya, nakita ko siya last time na lumaban dito against the team ng Manila. If I'm mistaken, it was against CM Storm yata.
Yes.
And they dominated that game very well. A
Yes.
very good gameplay para kay Issei Miyake dito. Miyake using his Vayne and the Caitlyn combo dito. Vayne and Caitlyn, dalawang laban nila. And sa lahat hindi nakakalam, sa lineup ngayon ng team MSI EvoGT, Mansit Palabon, medyo, Mansit Palabon ay si Jord, MSI EvoGT, para naman sa kanilang jungle, si Good Memories, yan ay si Coops, Oni, still Oni, Issei Miyake 21 para kay Carl, and si Edge, si Kansit Panton. Ang ulit na mga pangalan dito, mga tropa natin. Mukhang kapag nagkaroon ng mga clash dito, mukhang medyo mahihirapan akong banggitin. Palabon, initiated the match, mga ganun.
Magugutom ka sa pag-clash eh.
And Panton, support. Yes, sobrang ganda na. So far, band, Ermitanyo, Band LeBlanc, Jarvan, and Lulu. And on the other hand, having the MSI, Lee Sin, Vi, and Elise.
That's right. Alright, on the other side, of course, first pick actually coming from the blue side. Of course, IPT is in the blue side, and MSI EvoGT will be in the purple side on the first game. IPT decided to lock in right away that Renekton, very strong champion sa top lane, good sustain and very good strong bully at the early part of the game. So let's see how Rebanks will do on this Renekton here in the top lane.
Rebenga, picking Renekton as first champion dito for their team. I think this is a very safe pick champion. Any champion against Renekton, he can go against them. He can go against Shyvana, he can go against Renekton, Jax, he can go against Gragas. And it's all about how he play the role sa top lane dito.
Kasi Renekton, he actually has a very high win rate eh. So Renekton definitely is a very safe pick. So yeah, so definitely I do expect them to have an early lead at the early part of the level. So let's take a look and see what the response coming from MSI EvoGT will be for the top
Actually,
lane.
this is the second time na makikita natin si Rebecca na magta-top lane ngayon for the team
Yes.
ng IPT. And so far, the first game nila dito, nag-top lane siya. He was
The GPL.
using Shyvana. And unfortunately, it wasn't that very effective.
That's
Hindi siya
right.
ganun na naka-contribute against his opponent. And Rox contributed very well sa kanilang gameplay noon last time.
Yes.
And he was using Pantheon.
That's right. In the
Very
jungle.
effective para dito kay Rox. So, in the jungle, if ever nakuha niya ulit si Pantheon dito against
Actually,
your opponent,
nakuha na ni good memories si Pantheon
yes,
sa jungle.
if ever na yun ang kukunin niya, kaya nila, alam, mababasa dito ng MSI, but since they MSI pick Pantheon dito as their jungler, if ever, or the top lane, mukhang mangyayari dito against their opponent is, kailangan nilang basahin mabuti kung sino yung pipick nila. IPT still thinking kung sino yung gagawin nilang jungle at ang kanilang AD carry dito, and yet they picked Ziggs and Thresh para sa kanilang support and AP carry mid champion.
Yes, alright. So we have Thresh, of course, very strong support champion, especially once those death sentence catches those players off guard. Malaking play talaga yan pag nahuli yung mga champions na to from the death sentence. So let's see how Buko Juice will do with this Thresh in this game.
Yes, mga kaibigan, pinag-isipan ngayon ng MSI EvoGT kung sino yung kanilang mga champion dito. Yet, they're trying to pick Rise and Leona pa sa kanilang lineup. And I think these champions in having the crowd control galing kay Leona. And once again, makikita natin yata itong si Rise sa ating competitive scene dito. Matagal-tagal din siyang nawala. Matagal-tagal din nagpahinga itong si Rise sa kanyang Toronto, and it's about time na makikita natin siya once again against their opponent dito na IPT. And I think MSI EvoGT Oni is going to use a Rise for their mid carry against Ziggs. If ever magkasulubog ng dalawang champion na ito, poke-wise, advantage for Ziggs. But once na makalapit itong si Rise, kaya niya i-dominate itong kalaban niya. With the lives, with the spell bump, with the damage, with the burst damage, yung rune prison niya, a very good champion pick para dito sa lineup nila.
Actually, dito sa 4.3 patch, which is what they're using right now, na-buff kasi si Rice eh. Dinagdagan nila yung base HP niya, plus yung range ng Q niya. So basically, he'll be able to trade and harass even better. Plus, with the additional, that slight HP that Rice so desperate that needed, narinig ni ng Riot yun, and of course, they buffed that, so Rice players can resurge once again.
Actually, I think, yun yung isang reason kung bakit kailangan nilang i-buff ulit ang isang champion dito is because wala na gano'ng gumagamit kay Rise. Alam nila lahat na marami ng champion na mas dapat gamitin instead of getting Rise. Before, Rise is sobrang OP dito. But he was nerfed.
Many times.
Yes,
not just
sobrang
once.
dami. And that turned out to be a very disadvantage para dito kay Rise na hindi siya gamitin ng mga player.
Actually, even before those nerfs, he had some weaknesses pero he was still strong enough to survive the early game. But with those buffs, now he'll be able to do better, a little bit better in the early game, so he can transition into the late game.
So far, ito yung pinakamaganda, ito yung kanyang late game potential when it comes to team fight dito. The damage output from his champion, pag ginamit niya yung kanyang SS dito, yung kanyang AoE damage, and then yung rune prison against his opponent, very effective para sa kanya. So most probably, still the same rules and masteries, having the movement speed and having the damage output, the mana regen, the spell vamp, if ever, against his opponent. So more or less, Rise is a champion na alam natin lahat na hindi siya naglalagay, not usually, na naglalagay dito ng AP na flat na rules dito.
That's right.
He's most likely getting the scaling AP para sa kanyang champion.
Actually, another reason why na medyo humina din si Rise is the change of the masteries ng Season 4. Nawala na kasi yung magic penetration at the lowest tree of the offensive.
Yes,
And
kailangan
most of the time,
21 eh.
Before 9-0-21 or 0-9-21. So a lot of those things that Rice used to get from the master tree ay nawala na. So that made him a little bit weaker. But now with of course that buff nga na mention natin sa 4.3 patch, mukhang Oni has prepared his Rise this season.
Yeah, so far tignan natin, since meron pa tayong nalalabing oras bago mag-start ang ating game, tignan mo natin yung runes and masteries itong si Oni. For the runes, you're seeing na mapapansin natin dito sa kanyang runes na more having the 15 ability power flat, mga kaibigan. It's kind of unusual na makita natin dito. Pero let's see how Oni will dominate his lane with this kind of rune setup. 15 AP, armor 13, 5.4 armor penetration, magic penetration 6.3, and magic resist 12.
Yeah, so basically use a hybrid magic penetration runes with additional magic pen runes para tumaas yung magic penetration niya. Tapos he went for an offensive mastery tree here as you see. He still went for the utility, for the movement speed, the mana regen, and of course the buff duration for the blue buff when he picks it up at level 6.
So far with this mastery is 2109. Kaya na sinabi natin dito, he's most likely aiming for the armor and magic penetration dito. And then, yung kanyang cooldown reduction sa spell, plus yung movement speed na talagang kailangan ni Rise dito to secure yung kanyang rune prison na tumama against his opponent.
Yes. Actually, si Rise has one of the lower movement speeds in the big game so that that nawala din yun no season 3 di ba nawala siya yung nagay siya sa top tier. Now since at the bottom of the tree, Rise can pick it up again and allow him to move a little bit faster at the early game.
Looking at the lineup, Team IPT, picking Renekton in their top lane, jungle para dito si Amumu, AP carry na si Ziggs, Sphere still in the AD carry, and yet Thresh for their support. We have the crowd control from Rox or itong si Amumu, a very effective champion against the team when it comes to the team fights.
Yeah.
Kaya mag-dominate dito using yung kanyang essence dito. If ever na matamaan niya maraming champion, a good Magna Inferno bomb coming from Ziggs can land very well. So so far with this kind of lineup, as you can see, they're more focused as disable na kanilang gawin against their opponent. Yung stun coming, yung bandage coming from Amumu, the stun coming from Renekton, and then mas secure nila yung damage output nila having yung bouncing bob ni Ziggs, yung skills, yung boomerang galing dito kay Sphere, a very effective lineup against their opponent. Pero looking at the champion of team MSI, they swap, nag-top ngayon si Rise. And beat nila ngayon si Gragas.
Which was actually popularized by the Koreans a few patches last season actually na naging popular si Rise sa top lane since he has very good dueling potential sa top lane since most of the time he can harass and he's a bit tanky so he can sustain especially once he hits level 6.
It's a very a good thing for the MSI EvoGT doing that kind of late swap to bait their opponent. Tignan natin ngayon yung kay Pansit Malabon ngayon. Mansit Palabon ang kanyang runes, ayan, 9.4. Gaya na sinabi natin dito, walang AP mga kaibigan, is more focused sa kanyang magic resist, magic penetration, and movement speed. Para naman sa kanyang masteries, nandoon mga kaibigan ang kanyang utility. He's most likely going for a utility rise dito. Wala he's not aiming for the magic penetration, the armor penetration. He's most likely going for the spell vamp, yung kanyang tankiness during the team fight dito. So most likely, ang mangyayari dito kapag nagkaroon ng mga team fight, siya lang matitira magsusurvive dito.
Yes, ito yung pinapoint out ko kanina, diba? This used to be magic penetration na 8%. Since ginawa nilang flat ability power, medyo humina talaga si Rise. But still, with some of the new masteries here on the utility side, medyo naging effective ulit si Rise in the game. As you can see, meron siyang 5% cooldown reduction here and another 5% here. So, doon pa lang sa starting ng game, meron na siya about 15% cooldown reduction including his passive.
Actually, kapag nakakuha pa siya dito ng kanyang Frozen Heart, ng kanyang
actually, after Frozen Heart, he should have already max cooldown reduction.
Yes, the blue buff pa as well. Sobrang effective nito dito. Yung kanyang QWE, for sure, once na i-burst nito against his opponent, sobrang effective sa kanya.
Yes.
Yan again mga kaibigan, ito na ang match between Team MSI EvoGT versus the IPT. Sa lineup ng Team MSI, IPT, we have Rebenga, we have Rox, we have sabihin nila, we have si Light, si AD Carry na si Fear, and sa kanilang support na si Shadow, or ngayon, ang pangalan niya ay Buko Juice. For the lineup of MSI EvoGT, we have Carl, we have George, we have Coops, we have Oni, we have Carl, and we have sino ba yung nila dito sa Edge, yan, ang kanilang support player.
Yes.
For their lineup, we have Renekton, Amumu, Ziggs, Sphere, Thresh, and on the other hand, having Rise, Pantheon.
Yes.
We have in the mid lane Gragas, Caitlyn, and Sona.
Yeah, I just like to point out, no, sa lineup ng MSI, these are actually almost all of these champions are very old champions. So these are the original most of them are the original champions of League of Legends, or if not, one of the earlier released champions. Unlike coming from IPT, Ziggs and Thresh are fairly new to League of Legends. Unlike these champions from MSI, mga season 1 champions pa lang nandito na sila.
So parang ang mangyayari dito, old school or old meta ang gagawin ng Team MSI dito against their opponent. Pero bago lahat, syempre, if ever namulan ka ng e-pins or wala ka ng shells, gusto mong bumili ng skins, gusto mong bumili ng champion, gusto mong bumili ng summoner icon na gusto mo, meron tayong tinatawag na e-pins from GameX. E-pins, hindi yung e-pin na meron tayo dito, kundi e-pins, letter E and then pins. Just visit epins.gamex.ph and then after nun, select the game you are playing. Siyempre, pipiliin mo
League of Legends.
Yes. After nun, select the game na shell denomination you want to purchase and click add to cart. Sobrang simple. Gamex.ph is, epins.gamex.ph and then pili ka ng game.
League of Legends.
Choose the denomination you want. Click add to cart. Enter your Smart, TNT, or Sun mobile number and you will receive a confirmation code. So, after mo ma-receive yung confirmation code mo, text the verification code to 3161 to receive your e-pin. So,
Yeah,
that's simple mga kaibigan. Napakadali at sobrang walang hassle dito for the smart TNT and Sun Cellular subscribers.
Just like ngayon si Velcos release na and you guys want to get the 299 bundle, Velcos and his very nice skin, no? Yung parang robot siya. So all you have to do is if you have those smart Sun Cellular or token text number, go ahead and magpa-load na kayo tapos bili na kayo ng Velcos.
Yeah, sobrang Velcos is a champion na alam natin lahat na sobrang effective sa kanyang laning phase, pero yun nga, if ever naman ang kanyang kalaban dito ay sobrang marunong and alam niya yung galaw ni Velcos, mahihirapan si Velcos dito.
Yes.
Kasi alam natin lahat ng bagong champion nag-dominate or merong advantage kapag hindi alam ng kalaban nila yung ginagawa ng champion na yun. So far for the ngayon, tignan natin ang laban ng Team MSI EvoGT versus the IPT. Looking at the lineup time, top lane, Renekton versus Ryze. Sino sa tingin mo ang mag-dominate dito?
Well, since Ryze won't be that near, is a short or mid-range champion, I feel like he might be able to survive the early game. And this is gonna be difficult. Give Rebenga a hard time here in the top lane since Renekton goes normally against other melee champions, and because of that, he's able to harass him with his Q ability. And since Ryze won't be going that close to the minions, medyo free farm lang siguro si Ryze from a distance. Although Renekton should have no problem surviving the lane as well.
Actually, itong si Rebenga, mayroon siyang advantage na top lane. Yung kanyang sustain, and he's not using any mana dito.
Yes.
Ryze on the other hand, yung meron siyang mana regen, but he have to make sure na kaya niyang i-poke itong si Rebenga while doing his CS very well. Ang mangyayari dito, when he is using his Q, wala pa siyang damage eh. Level 1, level 2, level 3, hanggang sa mabot ng level 5. And I think once na mag-abot siya dito ng level 6, kaya niya nang patayin itong si Rebenga kung maunahan niya to na mag-level 6 kung wala pa siyang Dominus. Pero once na makakuha ng Dominus si Rebenga, kaya niya sabayan itong si Ryze or si Mansit Palabon sa mga team fight. Mangyayari lang dito na magkakaroon sila ng advantage when it comes to the team fight. Mansit Palabon or ito si Jord against their opponent. Sa lineup ng team na MSI EvoGT, they're most likely going for a team fight dito. The Crescendo, the damage output from Caitlyn, the explosive cast from Gragas, the Grand Skyfall from Pantheon. Sobrang effective nung kanilang crowd control dito. The damage from their team, AoE damage against their opponent. Mahirapan sila kapag na-set-upan kagawin sila ng team ng IPT dito.
Yes. Although I'd like to point out na baka medyo mahirapan din si Mansit Palabon at the early part of the game since he did not get the ignite.
Yes, sa laning phase.
Yes.
Mahirapan si Mansit Palabon dito.
He will have a hard time securing the first blood if ever he wants to go aggressive on Renekton at the early levels. Even though he has that range, I expect him to provide more impact in the other lanes, especially once he hits level 6.
Yes, mga kaibigan, game on na tayo dito. Ang match between Team IPT versus the MSI EvoGT. Game on na tayo. Ito na mga kaibigan, ang pinakahihintay na laban natin for today. So far, kaya sinabi natin dito, kanya-kanyang kuha na kanilang mga buffs. And if ever na magkaroon ng mga team fight dito, level 1 team fight, I would give the advantage sa level 1 team fight dito for the team of IPT, knowing na meron silang death sentence, meron silang bouncing bomb, meron silang bandage from rocks. Iyan ang mga sinasabi ko mga kaibigan, a good bandage toss para dito kay Issei Miyake for that almost a half of his HP ay nawala dun sa mga pangyayari ngayon. And take note, since he put his bandage toss as his first kill, mahirapan siya mag-clear kagad ng kanyang wave sa minions dito, sa kanyang
jungle. This will actually be a sign to MSI to pressure them in the blue buff area, especially at least put down a ward and try to give Amumu a hard time securing his first blue buff. Alright, so as you can see, the members of each team have decided to back away already from the mid lane. Kanina medyo mainit ang laban, as you can see, sobrang aggressive ng dalawang teams a while ago, but right now, mukhang they're just gonna go ahead and try to take on their blue buffs on their own. Alright, so we have Mumu here with Ziggs, and here in the bottom lane, Thresh and Sphere waiting for members of MSI to come closer.
Grabe yung ginawa ni Issei Miyake doon. Assuming na merong champion, wala silang word doon, if I'm not mistaken. Wala silang nakikita dito. Yes, it's a blind for them doon sa bush na yon, just to make sure na may champion. And with that, IPT is aware na baka meron ng ward dito, so they have to disengage. Mga kaibigan, Rox and MSI EvoGT Oni, TNC in the jungle. Nagkita mga kaibigan yet advantage toss from Rox. They're trying to get the life of Oni TNC that team fight, but they have to disengage since medyo nagiging advance na sila sa mga pangyayari.
Yes.
Overcommit if ever. Pero MSI EvoGT taking so much damage.
Forcing the flash
Damage
also,
din.
actually.
Body slam, and then you have to use his flash out as well in the bottom lane, mga kaibigan. Still taking so much damage in the bottom lane. Kanya-kanyang kuha ng mga CS muna dito, and kalmadong buhay. Pero advantage for Light kanina sa mid lane, since napauwi niya kaagad the first minion wave itong si Oni sa mid lane.
Yes, actually I feel like that Oni was just doing that to slow down the Amumu on his blue buff. As you can see, Pantheon is already on his way to the red buff, and Amumu has just picked up his blue buff, of course. So, in the jungle, of course, Pantheon will have an early advantage. He might hit level 6 earlier.
A good death sentence from Buko Joes in the bottom lane, trying to chase the life of MSI EvoGT Edge in the bottom lane, and yet it's the first death for them.
Wow.
A good ignite pickup. Yet again, the top lane still taking some damage in the itong si Rebecca against his opponent. And with that damage output from Rise, I think yung mapapansin mo dito yung item niya, getting this Sapphire Crystal first instead of getting any item like Plot Armor, is most likely focus sa kanyang gagawing aggressiveness in the top lane dito. Yet again, a good death sentence once again from Shadow in the bottom lane. Issei Miyake can't farm very well at makakuha ng CS against his opponent.
Yes, actually I'm surprised that Rebecca went for the Doran Sword in this game against Rise, especially since he knows that Rise is a ranged champion and he needs to get closer. As you can see, Rise is doing a lot of harass right now. Good memories flashing in to do a gank, but Rebecca using Slicing Dice to get create some distance and
Kaya
allowing...
naman sinabi natin, almost is never enough. Unti na lang sana, iabutin niya itong si Rebecca in the top lane, but they have to disengage. Sobrang pressured ngayon si Renekton with the top lane dito. Pero pantay pa rin sila ng kanilang CS, but they have to recall back home and replenish his item, getting the 2 Doran's Blade para sa kanyang champion dito.
Yes. And of course, until now, no, yung mga support champions, they're still picking up Ignite. As you can see how effective Ignite could be. That last stick of Ignite was actually able to take out Sona's life. I didn't expect it to happen, but sakto sakto talaga yung pag-ignite nun. One last tick and nakuha pa nila yung life ni Kansit Panton.
Yes, Kansit Panton. Yan. Napaka-creative ng mga pangalan ng ating mga MSI dito. Pero sa lahat, hindi nakakalam, Mansit Palabon, siya po si Jord, MSI EvoGT Jord. Good memories para kay Coops, Oni, still si Oni, Issei Miyake para kay Carl, and Kansit Panton para kay Edge. Still right. The top lane, farming wise, Rise has the advantage since umuwi na kanina itong si Rebecca in the top lane, pero let's see how Rebecca will dominate the top lane dito against kay Rise. Kaya na sinabi natin dito, in the early part of the game, mukhang magkakaroon lang ng kani-kanilang kuha ng mga CS, and as much as possible, walang initiate na mangyari. Ito mga kaibigan, bandage toss from Rocks to get the life of Oni in the mid lane. Kita-kita mo naman na nahahalata mo kasi dito na kapag nagiging aggressive yung kalaban mo, meron kang na maparating.
Yes. Actually, ang ganda nga nung the bandage was coming from Mumu kasi in motion of body slam si
Sumabay.
Gagas pero nahuli pa rin niya.
Tinamaan dito ng bandage toss.
Perfect timing talaga.
Yes. He was saved by his body slam in mid lane dito. And again, still, ang ating CS on the top lane, 33-23, 10 CS ahead. Itong si Rise against his opponent or si Jord against kay Rebecca. And I think, later, if ever na magkaroon ng mga teamfight dito sa bottom lane, a ganks from either jungles natin. We have Amumu, we have Pantheon. So mga kaibigan, death sentence from Buko Juice in the bottom lane. Kansit Palabon, Kansit Panton. Nangangari pa kanyang buhay dito. He have to use his Dark Passage. Ignited ngayon si Fear with the barrier. He has to pop out that barrier in a good trap. Just in time mga kaibigan to get the life of IPT Fear. He have to flash in para kay Kansit Panton dito in the bottom lane. A good pickup. That kill mga kaibigan, ignited ngayon si Miyake will be able to get the life of this champion, but with this barrier he has to pop up, and untik na mga kaibigan with a minion kill, 1 kill para dito kay Issei Miyake or kay Carl in the bottom lane. 2-0 for him, and yet he is ahead once again against his opponent dito sa bottom lane.
Yes, the minions of MSI doing a good job helping Caitlyn pick up the second kill, so double kill for that Caitlyn, so good job from MSI. Actually, it was those traps that actually allowed them to secure both kills back there. Since medyo hindi nagki-keep track ng IPT yung mga traps na binababa ni Caitlyn. Because of that, nahuli yung dalawang champions dun at easy pick up for Caitlyn.
Ito na mga kaibigan, Jordan the top lane having the early tier in this game. Ito na yung magpapahirap against kay Rebenga na masustain yung kanyang lane kasi he can just use his first skill, second skill, third skill lang sunod-sunod dito. And that would give him the advantage of killing Renekton in the top lane. And hindi siya, actually kapag nakipagsabayan siya using his Dominus, kaya pa rin siyang i-burst dito ni Ryze or ni George, since having that skill, also yung kanyang SS, kaya nilang pantayan yung damage output ni Renekton dito with the Dominus.
Yes, actually Renekton, Rebecca looks like he may have heard you. He decided to pick up an early Negatron cloak to mitigate some of the damage coming from the Ryze. I think Ryze may be picking up a Catalyst next, as he's already picked up a Ruby and a Mana Crystal as well. So, of course, baka mag-early Rod of Ages to after the tier.
It's most probably ganun ang gagawin niya din since he's mapapansin natin sa kanyang masteries pa lang na 2109, focus siya dito sa kanyang advantage utility. Mga kaibigan, in the top lane, Rebecca have to use his Dominus, mga kaibigan, but level 5 pa lamang si Rox dito. And with that, I think it's a fail, a gang in the top lane, and medyo napaaga yung paggamit dito ni Rebecca ng kanyang Dominus. But, yes, Mansit Palabon, with that damage output, he have to recall and replenish his item as well, and mag-farm once again kapag nakabalik na siya in the top lane. Yet again mga kaibigan, we're seeing na you have to use his SSN as well to secure his life in the top lane. Pero gang from the bottom nito galing kay Good Memories or kay Coops. Mukhang magkakaroon ng laban in the bottom lane still. A Grand Skyfall from Pantheon mga kaibigan to get the life of one champion of MSI, IPT, Buko Juice. Taking so much damage with that burst from the team of the MSI. And kitang-kita natin after that objective of killing a champion in the bottom lane, they have to go in the Baron for the first Dragon dito mga kaibigan. Sorry. Dragon in this match. Napakaaga para sa ating Baron. Wala pa tayong Baron at nasabi ko na kagad yung Baron na yun. Pero still, they got the first Dragon of this match advantage for them against their opponent. Mga kaibigan, Magna Inferno Bomb against that Dragon. Hindi umabot. Masyadong maaga. And mahirap tansyahin yung Magna Inferno Bomb na yun. With the travel time, with the damage against their opponent dito, mahirap talaga yung timing yung Magna Inferno Bomb.
Yes, and I just want to point out, no, kanina remember na mention ko, si Oni, kanina dinidelay niya yung Amumu. As you can see, Amumu has just hit level 6, and Pantheon, since he hit level 6 earlier, got his Grand Skyfall earlier, of course, and because of that, nakasecure sila ng kill and dragon. So, in effect, although Oni was losing his lane at the early part of the game, naging effective yung ginawa niya dun sa pag-delay ng Amumu, dun sa pagkuha ng blue buff niya sa start ng game.
Yes, in the laning phase, in the mid dito, Ziggs versus Gragas. Still, Gragas is in the advantage having yung kanyang poke damage and din yung pag-tear niya ng minion na mabilisan compare to Gragas. Bukod sa melee si Gragas dito or si Oni, range si Light. Also, you can just use yung kanyang bombs and then yung third skill niya dito to secure the minion in the mid lane to clear that wave. Yun ang mahirap dito para kay Oni in the mid lane against his opponent. Pero yun nga mga kaibigan sila in the bottom lane. Fear using that spell shield to just get the trap ng mga nandito sa bushes nila. But Rox gamping the bottom lane, mukhang magkakaroon ng teamfight na naman once again dito. But still the Grand Skyfall on cooldown pa rin for Good Memories. So if ever na mag-go dito si Rox and the other members of IPT in the bottom lane, mukhang magkakaroon sila ng chance to dominate these two champion. Pero mga kaibigan still waiting. Crescento is up for Sona.
Pantheon's actually ultimate is almost on cooldown, and as you can see, nakaposition na siya sa likod ng dalawang members sa bottom lane. Dito naman sa top lane, medyo lamang na si Ryze dito sa one-on-one battle niya kay Renekton. As you can see, he's harassing Renekton to up to 2/3 health right now.
And he was about to get his first item dito or itong kanyang Spirit Visage since he's going against an AP carry in the top lane. Pero knowing na dalawang champion dito ng team MSI EvoGT ay AP, pero makaibigan na bottom lane Crescendo, follow that with that good jump in the Grand Skyfall. Buko Juice sa about to go down mga kaibigan. Rox trying to secure the life of his teammate in the bottom lane, but they have to disengage the damage output from their team. A very good gank from Good Memories in the bottom lane with that a champion kill plus another objective of the CS for Issei Miyake sa baba.
That's right. Actually, Pantheon spending a lot of time a while ago just for that gank, and lucky for them, they were able to execute it properly and secure a pickup of a kill.
Yes, mga kaibigan, SS from Mansit Palabon at top lane taking so much damage itong si Ermitaño. Yet again, he still have the advantage using his Dominus, and if ever na mawala itong Dominus niya, he can just initiate itong si Jordan na top lane. Mapasin mo dito, he's using his champion very well, yung kanyang mechanics, by just staying away against dito kay Rebenga yung na top lane, and with that, kaya niyang masabayan itong si Ermitaño or si Rebenga. Mga kaibigan, agak from the top lane dito, Oni try to get the life of Ermitaño dito with a flash in, and then use Hovis Ignite. You also got the life of Jord. A good trade, mga kaibigan, but Sona goes on in the bottom lane. A good dark passage, chasing Issei Miyake in the bottom lane. A good boomerang, mga kaibigan, a flash out from him. A good bandage toss, but it missed, mga kaibigan, from Rocks in the bottom lane.
Yes, actually, I think that sidestep did save his life there from that bandage.
Almost,
so
mga kaibigan.
good job coming from both members, doing their best. Of course, Caitlyn was able to dodge that, so saving his life. Alright, so a while ago dun sa top lane, si Ryze namatay dun sa Ignite, no? Pero I think actually it also has to do with the minion.
Ito na, mga kaibigan, with that movement speed, kita natin na sobrang bilis ni Jord, but aware dito ang team ng IPT na bottom lane na merong gak na mangyayari for their team. So far with that, they have to push the first turret in the bottom lane, mga kaibigan. Still, Buko Juice taking that spear damage from good memories dito. Javelin throw from Pantheon in the bottom lane, and they got, I think, the first turret in the bottom lane, giving them the advantage of dominating the bottom lane, and also kayang-kaya na nilang sumabay ngayon sa map control in the bottom lane. If ever na may mag-advance dito, the AD carry or the support from IPT, kaya nilang igang to kagad.
Yes, actually, here Rebenga on the top lane on his Renekton looks like almost taking down the third here in the top lane. One more wave from his minions, mukhang matitake down na niya. As you can see, Mansit Palabon is going already back to his lane, pero feeling ko hindi na rin siya aabot kasi ilang hits na lang yan. There you can see last hit going to Rebenga, and Mansit Palabon, like you mentioned, was not gonna be able to get there in time to stop that.
Kung papasin mo, tignan natin mabuti ngayon si Mansit Palabon or si Jord ngayon, having the, almost, tignan natin mabuti, 405 movement speed with just level 1 boots.
Yes.
So he's most likely going for a chase dito if ever na magkaroon ng mga team fight. Ang focus niya dito ay yung AD carry ng team ng IPT or ang AP carry ng team ng IPT, since hindi niya kayang i-burst itong si Amumu or si Renekton sa mga team fight dito, and ang goal niya dito ay mahabol at masecure yung pag-bind niya against his opponent, at siguraduhin niya na walang magagawa itong mga AD carry at AP carry ng team ng ng IPT.
Yes, he actually has basically about plus 11% movement speed because of the masteries and the runes. That's why he has 405 movement speed at even with just a boot so far in the game. So I expect him to probably try to push back the top lane right now. The dragon will be up in a few more seconds, so there might be a team fight here. But
10 second step before the dragon respawn, at alam ngayon ng team IPT na sinesecure dito ng team MSI. A good vantage toss from Rocks trying to get the life of Kansit Panton in that team fight, mga kaibigan. A good respawn, a good crescendo, 2 champion, mga kaibigan, is about to go down from team ng MSI dito, and the 2-for-1 exchange in favor of team ng IPT, mga kaibigan. They're about to get the dragon of this match, and alam nila ngayon na walang smite ang team. Both team so far walang smite, wala silang mga jungles dito. So if ever na makakuha to ng team ng IPT, they will have the advantage against the team ng MSI dito. Still 600 gold difference in favor of team ng IPT, and they're not going to
continue the dragon.
Yes, they're not going to try and get that dragon contested if ever against the team ng MSI EvoGT dito. They have to wait with the jungle na meron sila, and yet MSI tried to get that second dragon of his match for their team, and yet kailangan nilang disengage once again, since alam nila na sobrang risky yung ginagawa nila dito. And I think nagkaroon tayo ng slight issue dito pero ayan na, we're back with the ball game, mga kaibigan. Still getting the first dragon for team ng MSI EvoGT dito. A good smite para dito kay Good Memories to get that dragon. They're chasing Ermitaño, mga kaibigan. Rebenga was about to go down dito with that a good God Skyfall, mga kaibigan. Hinarangan dito, and the Rune Prison followed up by the team MSI EvoGT with that one picked up kill in that mid lane. And still they're about to get the first turret in the mid lane dito, mga kaibigan. Still advantage once again for the team ng MSI EvoGT, yung clash na yun and yung magandang dragon na nakuha nila.
Alright, so you can see there's a team fight here in the middle third. Pantheon going down to the boomerang blade coming from Severe. And one for one kid, actually Rebenga just responding, rushing back to the mid lane to help push here in the mid lane. Looks like this tower will be going down pretty soon, especially since Severe's and Ziggs have very good minion clearing wave potential. So as you can see, Severe gonna chalk down this third with a few more hits and easy tower pickup.
A flash in from Hugo just to get the life of Kansit Panton with that mega Inferno bomb to last hit. It was Hugo Juice chain to get the life of Kansit Panton in that team fight. So far 8-7 ang score natin ngayon. Nakahabol lang IPT with that team fight in the mid lane kanina, getting the life of Good Memories and getting the life of Edge in that team fight.
Yes.
Lagyan ng mga kaibigan, still we're seeing na tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang laban natin ngayon against team ng MSI EvoGT versus the IPT. The advantage for team ng IPT having the 600 goal difference in favor of team ng MSI against their opponent. And yet again, 8-7 ang score natin. So for the Dragon, 2 Dragon na tayo for the team of the MSI. And so far wala pa nakukuha ngayon ng team ng IPT sa Dragon na to. And do you think, Jay, in the late game, do you think sino yung mananalo sa laban na to? So sa tingin mo lang in a team fight or the individual team fight, team matches dito?
I think in team fight, mas superior yung team fight ng IPT. But remember, it was just yesterday we saw Diamonds using a very heavy team fight composition, pero they couldn't get the team fight to be executed properly, and because of that, they lost the game. So this could be the weakness of IPT. They definitely want to win those team fights since they have a stronger team fight potential. But if they can't execute the team fight properly, pwedeng makabawi si MSI dito. Alright, so we have 3 members of IPT or 4 members of IPT here down here in the bottom lane trying to get the first outer third of MSI EvoGT here. As you can see right now, 2 members of MSI are there trying to defend it against those 4 members. Looks like these members of IPT are just waiting for members of MSI to come out there, and blue buff pickup for Oni there. Of course, Pantheon giving over the blue buff to Gragas, as Gragas is going full AP build in this game. IPT Fear now picking up the double golems here in the jungle of their jungle, of course, and the game is pretty passive right now. I expect them to probably, it's still a little bit too early for them to do a Baron fight, so probably they might start putting down some wards just to make sure that nobody does a sneaky Baron behind their back. But other than that, I feel like IPT is doing a pretty good job trying to force down these turrets, because if they don't allow or they don't take down the turrets of MSI, they'll basically give MSI the chance to get back into this game.
Rox getting the Negatron Cloak as his second core item that he was about to get. It's either a Spirit Visage or the Abyssal. The chances are high na ang gawin niya dito ay mag-focus siya sa kanyang AP damage and then focusing as well sa kanyang AP, sa kanyang magic resist dito. But on the other hand, they have to secure their champion na kaya nilang tangkehin yung damage from Pantheon.
Yes.
Having the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, if ever na kumuha siya dito ng Brutalizer as his second item, but still, we're seeing na I think possible na kumuha siya dito ng Spirit Visage niya, since alam din niya na kailangan niya bantayan niya kanyang sarili against his opponent with the AP damage coming from Ziggs sa mga teamfight dito.
Actually, looking at Rise, looks like he's about to go for his Frozen Mallet now. Mukhang hindi niya muna bubuin yung tier niya to the second tier item, no? So definitely he'll go a little bit tanky with the Frozen Mallet, giving weakening basically Severe from the team fight, since the Frozen Heart rather lowers the attack speed of all the members around him.
Issei Miyake taking so much damage. A good crescendo, mga kaibigan, from Kansit Panton. It was missed by him, mga kaibigan. The death sentence followed up by the Buko Juice dito. In that team fight, mga kaibigan, a good the box dito. But almost enough, mga kaibigan, to flash out for him. Hindi nakuha ngayon ng team IPT ang buhay ng team members of the MSI EvoGT. They have to respond in the bottom lane. A good ace in the hole, mga kaibigan. And that pick up a life of team ng IPT in the bottom lane. Rox was ignited, mga kaibigan. He's being chased. A good stop from Good Memories, but he goes down with that boomerang from IPT Fear. And I think they're about to get the life of IPT Fear dito, mga kaibigan. He have to use his barrier. A good kiting skills against his opponent, but Light will be able to get the life of one champion. A good flash in, mga kaibigan. Almost enough. Missed ang isang papuntang boomerang dito, but Light still chasing. Dito si Issei Miyake and si Kansit Panton will be able to get the life of any champion of these 2 members of MSI EvoGT, or they will go and escape, mga kaibigan. A good use of his rubber ducky, duck. very good job for Light getting the life of Issei Miyake or si Carl in that team fight. It's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of team ng IPT. And I think the reason why medyo nagkaroon sila ng miscommunication dito for team ng IPT, it could have been better kung napatay nila kagad si Sona doon.
Yes,
ang nangyari kasi they switched their target.
That's right. And also not to mention Rox was teleporting in the bush with one of his members going very low in health. I believe it was Thresh who got assassinated by the Ace in the Hole from the Caitlyn, and of course since the other members saw Caitlyn Thresh on that bush, napatay din siya. So yun, so kailangan very maingat sila, especially pag sa mga team fight na to. Alright, Dragon being picked up right now by MSI EvoGT, currently in the lead in terms of gold.
Yes, with that smite, 4 good memories of good pick up with that Dragon, third Dragon for team ng MSI EvoGT of this point of time. We're still seeing na kinukuha ngayon ng team IPT ang first result in the bottom lane. They're still farming and wala pa rin gaanong kill ang nakuha ngayon ng team ng IPT na magkakasama sila lahat. Kung mapapansin mo, IPT is focused more sa mga individual team fights dito. Leaning phase, at di sila nagkakaroon ng mga team fights. So, alam natin lahat na with their lineup, kailangan nila magsama-sama dito.
Yes.
With the Ziggs, Renekton, ang Mumu combo dito with the Fear as well, or itong si Ziggs, si Severe, kaya nila mag-dominate sa mga team fight dito. If ever na magsama-sama sila against your opponent. Pero on the other hand, MSI, ginagawa nila dito yung magandang time against their opponent with that early team fight. A good death sentence from Hugo just to get the life of Kansit Panton with that team fight, and they have a dark passage, mga kaibigan. Walang tumapak sa dark passage na yun, and that Rox picked up another bandage toss for Oni dito, mga kaibigan. A good dodge. Once again, a death sentence for Oni in that team fight. A good curse of Tumami to get the life of one champion of team MSI EvoGT, mga kaibigan. Sinangani pa buhay niya Oni dito. Ignited, mga kaibigan. Mega hit for no bump from Light. And that picked up another 2 kills for the team ng IPT. And 13-11 nating score in favor ba sa team ng IPT.
Yes, Edge doing a good job there, connecting 2 death sentences in a row, and because of that, they're able to pick up a kill and also win that team fight for 2-for-1 exchange. Alright, so because of this, IPT rotating to pick up another tower after the team fight. So good job coming from IPT, trying to climb back into this game. A while ago, they were down by about almost 1.5k gold, but because of those team fight and that tower push, they're now ahead by about 500 gold.
Take note, we're seeing na after that 3 Dragon for team ng MSI EvoGT, lamang pa rin ang IPT sa mga pangyayaring ito, getting the 4 turret destroyed in favor of their team, and compared to MSI having the 1 turret destroyed pa lang.
Yes, and also they're leading by 2 kills right now, and in terms of CS actually, medyo in the top lane, nanalo si Rice right now. In terms of CS, medyo lamang siya by about 20+. While si Ziggs naman has about also a 20+ lead over Gragas. So, other than that, more or less, medyo pantay naman sila sa CS in the game.
Sa lahat ng mga di nakakalam, MSI EvoGT ngayon ang nasa lineup ng Purple Team. Having Mansit Palabon as Jord, good memories as Oni, as Coops, Oni still Oni, Issei Miyake as Carl, and Kansit Panton para kay Edge. Para mas team ng IPT, we have Rebenga for the top lane, Taong Ermitanyo, Rox for the jungle, ang kanilang dating top na nagpalit sila ngayon ni Rebenga is IPT Hero, IPT Light for the mid, Fear for the AD carry, and Buko Juice as IPT Shadow.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so this time the MSI looks like they want to respond and try to take some objectives from themselves. Trying to get this middle third here, the first middle third of IPT will definitely be key for MSI to get back into this game. Laki na map pressure or map control na binibigay ng middle third kasi. So, without this tower going down, mahirapan talagang MSI gumalaw, especially sa jungle side ng IPT. Alright, Caitlyn picking up some more minions there and trying to build up. Actually, Caitlyn doing a good job this game. Medyo 5-1-4 right now siya. Doing a slightly better job of than Caitlyn, than Severe right now. Especially with that excellent flash a while ago over the boomerang blade of Severe, that team fight. So, great reaction time coming from Issei Miyake. 21.
Looking at the item of both AD carries, as you can see, medyo lumalamang na ngayon si Fear with this item build dito, getting yung kanyang Zeal Last Whisper and yung Bloodthirster niya compared to Issei Miyake. Yes, you have the Bloodthirster. You have the Bloodthirster, you have the Phantom Dancer as well, pero wala pa siya ditong Last Whisper. It's most likely the advantage for team ng IPT dito since kaya nilang butasin yung armor ng team MSI dito. Makabigyan na good. God Skyfall ang crescendo from Zona dito in the mid lane. They're trying to get the life of one champion, but hiwaiwalay sila na kanilang target. Rock used his curse of the sad mommy to get the life of one champion of team MSI. Will they be able to get the life of another champion of team MSI dito? But yet, makabigyan, they have to disengage. As you can see, a miscommunication for team MSI with that team fight, doing their job na medyo mapabayaan itong IPT na i-set up yung kanilang crowd control dito against their opponent.
Yes, actually, also good box coming from Buka Juice. Keeping Rice away from the team. I think, as you see, yung box ni Rice provides a lot of, Thresh provides a lot of throw, and Rice needs to be close to his opponent to be able to do a lot of AoE damage. And because he wasn't able to get close enough, hindi niya na-release yung full combo niya ng maayos on the members of IPT. Alright, so IPT picking up another kill and another third here in the mid lane. Definitely pushing their lead ahead of MSI right now. MSI still not far behind, especially 27 minutes into the game, so it's still pretty much anybody's game. But I feel like IPT may go for a Baron buff sometime soon, since they have a lot stronger map control right now over the MSI team.
And I think so far with the lineup of team MSI EvoGT, hindi nila ganun na nagagamit ng maayos yung effectiveness or yung mechanics ni Rise during the matches dito. Since mapapansin mo na with a good team fight from team ng IPT, hindi sila maka-respond ng maayos. And it was actually a good idea for Good Memories to initiate first before mahayaan nilang mauna ang team dito ng IPT na mag-initiate. Kasi alam natin lahat na once na mag-initiate sila, hindi sila makakagawa ng paraan to respond sa mga pangyayari dito. Pero since napapansin mo kanina na after mag-Grand Skyfall ni Good Memories, naligaw sila ng atake nila. Yes, he used his Grand Skyfall to champion na medyo malayo sa turret. But Sona on the other hand, used his Crescendo sa isang champion kay Fear kanina. But at tayo doon, kailangan nilang pag-isipan kung sino yung target nila. So nalito sila sa gagawin nila in that team fight. And that picked up a 2 kill for team ng IPT. And they're about to get the first third tier turret in the mid lane or inhibitor turret dito. Walang alam ang team ng MSI with that sa mga pangyayari ito, mga kaibigan. A Grand Skyfall, mga kaibigan. With that, isa lang siya dito. And he was left behind. A good bandage toss from Rocks to get the life of one champion of team ng MSI dito. Issei Miyake was about to go down. They have to use Barrier as well. And they have to disengage. In that team fight still, a good team coordination for team ng IPT dito. And a miscommunication naman for the team ng MSI.
Yes, actually this was poor rotation coming from MSI. IPT having the timer on the Dragon was there right on time for when it spawned and picked it up easily. While MSI, as soon as they got to the Dragon, didn't realize that MSI has already, or IPT has already picked it up, and MSI and IPT rushed the mid lane. And since MSI had to go all the way around, sa sobrang tagal nila umikot, naunahan sila ng IPT with an easy push in the mid lane, and now they may even pick up the Baron.
Yes, mga kaibigan, a good death sentence, mga kaibigan, from Buko Juice dito. With the use of Caliber Net, just in time, na-timingan niya na maayos dito. Ang death sentence niya, that picked up another kill in the jungle. With the Baron Pit, and also a Baron for them. Medyo na nagulat ako doon na Caliber Net just in time with the use of his Caliber Net, nahuli siya ng death sentence dito. Very good job for team ng IPT.
Yes, actually IPT now starting to snowball. As you can see, in their last 2 minutes, they were able to pick up over 5,000 gold. First the Dragon, then the mid third, plus a few kills and the Baron pits, Baron buff. So with all of that advantage right now, I expect IPT to apply a lot more pressure and force MSI to basically defend their towers and probably lose some lives trying to defend their top thirds and bottom thirds as well. Alright, so as you can see here, Tang Emritanya or Rebenga on Renekton has already picked up the Spirit Visage, Sunfire Cape, and it looks like he may even go for a Banshee's Veil next. A lot of AP protection, especially since double AP comp tong MSI, with the Rise in the top. Rise actually not completing any of his items. He has a lot of tier 2 items right now. He has the cloak, the armor, and the tier as well. But other than that, he hasn't decided to complete which item he wants to complete first.
Looking at the lineup of team ng MSI dito, they're most likely going for the early game na advantage sana. Alam natin lahat na si Pantheon ay sobrang lakas sa mga team fight dito. Respond with the help of his champion. Pero late game ko, wala na siyang effectiveness dito. ang kaya nila niya i-contribute against his opponent yung kanyang stun and yung kanyang advantage of yung AoE damage dito against his opponent with that Grand Skyfall. Pero since nakikita natin ngayon na sobrang nahihirapan sila, sobrang pressured sila, inhibitor in the mid lane, the map control for the team ng IPT. Ito ang vision ng team ng IPT dito, ganyang kaliwanag mga kaibigan. For the team naman ng MSI EvoGT, mapapansin mo na medyo nakulang sila sa magbayad ng Meralco dito. Hindi ganun kaliwanag ng buhay. A body slam in the jungle mga kaibigan. Buko Juice was about to go down dito. A good explosive cast, and that is in the hole, picked up a kill in that champion mga kaibigan. Still have to use his Sonya against Sky for the team members. A flash in mga kaibigan. 2 champion of team MSI EvoGT got caught with that curse of the sad mommy. And again, a rubber duck for team IPT dito to get the life of team MSI EvoGT. Triple kill mga kaibigan for them. A bouncing bomb from Light, chasing the life of Mansit Palabon. Will he be able to get himself to secure another objective of defending the mid lane, or magiging pansit tuyo nga ba siya dito sa laban na to mga kaibigan? See, they're about to get the inhibitor decks, the Texas turret, and a Nexus in this match. And it's about time mga kaibigan.
IPT will close this game now. As you can see, medyo one member na lang natira dito sa MSI. Si Caitlyn na lang, and IPT Fear gonna probably last few feeds on the Nexus, and GG, well played. Fresh win goes to Team Imperium Pro team.
It's a very good job for team ng IPT winning this game against team ng MSI EvoGT. Again, congratulations team IPT. A very good job securing that team fight. Rox did a very good very well played match against your opponent. Yung kanyang pag-flash in to use his curse of the sad mommy, and then yung kanyang paggamit ng yung tawag yung bandage toss to get the life of any champion dito. Looking at the match stats, IPT Light dominated this mid lane, 907 with the rubber duck, and also Rox still 0315 with the 15 assists, over 21 kills dito for their team. A very good job for him, securing the objective of ganking any lanes dito. Almost lampas 50% ng kanilang kill dito ay meron siyang assist. He was there. Ermitanyo on the other hand doing a very good job as well sa top lane dito. Mapapansin mo, I think Rise a good pickup for team ng MSI EvoGT, pero ang trabaho niya lang dito ay magbigay ng damage output. At napapansin mo, hindi siya makalapit against their opponent kasi every time na bago siya lumapit, burst na ang kanyang kakampi dito.
Actually, hindi lang yun eh. I have to give props to Rox and Buko Juice kasi sila ang basically nag-stop sa lineup ng MSI. Every time Pantheon would do his man drop dun sa team ng IPT, both Rox and Thresh are able to put their ultimates to stop the members of MSI to collapsing at the backline of IPT. And of course, since Pantheon, when he man drops, is all alone there, kayang-kaya ng 3 members ng IPT i-burst down yung Pantheon, and then after that, follow up by chasing the rest of the members of MSI trapped by the box or the curse of the sad mommy.
Ang ginagawa dito ni Rox, once na mag-Grand Skyfall itong si Pantheon, hayaan niya siya na mag-Grand Skyfall sa ibang team members niya, and he will flash in or use his bandage toss to chase any champion from their team. And with that, napapansin mo na yung Grand Skyfall or yung man drop sana ni Pantheon nagiging money drop.
Yes, actually naging counterproductive for him, especially nung team fight. Nung sa laning phase, effective siya. They were able to pick up 2 or 3 kills, I believe, dun sa early part. Pero after that, because they didn't have enough, hindi na makalapit yung members niya, like Rice. As you saw, si Rice hindi makalapit dahil sa movement speed niya. The only thing he had to basically get closer was a flash. Pero he couldn't burn his flash every time just to get in. And because of that, nanalo yung IPT.
Yes, again, congratulations Team IPT winning this game against Team MSI EvoGT. Mga kaibigan, stay tuned din tayo dyan. Meron pa tayong match maya-maya. After a few minutes, break muna tayo ngayon. Again, I'm GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
You're watching the Pro Gaming Series. We are watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. Pero bago ang lahat, syempre, pag-usapan muna natin yung ating ipins. Yan, palimbawa lang, mawalan ka ng shell dito, gusto bumili ng champion, gusto bumili ng skins.
Baka gusto bumili ng skin ng Ziggs. May Rabidak.
Syempre, para magkaroon tayo ng rubber dabidak-dak. Napaka-effective na skin yun.
Oo.
Eto, punta na kayo sa ipins.gamix.ph, and then after nyo pumunta doon, select the game you are playing. Syempre, League of Legends. After nun, you will select the denomination you want. 100, 500, 1,000, depende sa'yo. Siyempre, rubber ducky duck, mga around, ano lang yata yun, or around 100 or 150, 200, something like that. It's a full party skin. Also, after nun, click add to cart. Enter your smart TNT and Sunseller number, mobile number, and then, you will receive a confirmation code. So, after mo ma-receive yung confirmation code mo, you will text it to 3161, and then after nun, you will receive your e-pin. Thank you very much, GameX. Yung future na yan, para lamang sa mga TNT, Smart, and Sun Cellular subscribers.
That's
Thank
right.
you very much, PGMX.
Alright, so Short break muna tayo while
Short
the
break
players
muna, mga
prepare
kaibigan.
for the next game. Of course, we still have MSI EvoGT versus the Imperium Pro team on the second game. First game goes to IPT, so MSI will definitely have to step it up on the second game if they want to claim a victory over the IPT.
Yes, second game mga kaibigan, change size lamang sila dito. MSI will go to the other side and IPT as well. So thank you very much for watching. Kita-kits tayo ulit maya-maya. I'm GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
You're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. Kita-kits ulit tayo maya-maya.